Welcome to Sopron in Hungary for the EuroLeague Women's Game of the Week versus Sopron and Čukurova. Sopron, they are the team to catch here in Group B this season. They are flying high, but just behind them, three teams are chasing them, one of which are our visitors tonight, Čukurova. What a game we have here for you. Should be a really, really strong battle in what has been yet another game day full of wonderful basketball across Europe. Plenty of games going on. 5 taking place yesterday, 3 taking place today. But our focus is on the game of the week here in Group B. Sopron taking on Čukurova. We are just about 9 minutes away from the opening tip, and as I said, Sopron are the ones that are being chased at the moment. Here's our schedule for the Group B games. Lond beating Avenida yesterday. Sopron against Čukurova, Skio against Girona, and then the game day is closed out with Mechelen versus DVTK. Interesting set of games. Here's how Group B looks at the moment after 8 game days. Avenida top the table at the moment only because they play the extra game. Sopron pick up a win here, they will go back to top of the table. However, just behind them is Čukurova, also Girona and Skio. If Sopron were to lose the game here today, that unbelievably would put pretty much 4 or 5 teams on the same record. EuroLeague Women has been such a hot contest this season. So many great games. No team with an unbeaten record. Every team across both groups at least 2 losses. All but one team have picked up a win. Really does show you how strong women's basketball is right now, particularly here in Europe. As the lights go out in the arena, we get ready for the player introductions. First to be introduced will be Čukurova. Interesting season they've had, claimed some big scalps. Wins over 2 of last season's playoff teams as well, beating Girona and Avenida recently. They also enter the game with some real momentum, flying high on the back of a 3-game winning streak. However, tonight is a big ask. We don't have to look back that far. But when these two met earlier in the season in Turkey, and it was Sopron who absolutely dominated that game. They came away with a 25-point win on Čukurova's home floor. That night, Čukurova struggled to stop Sopron's Brittany Sykes, and also Jelena Brooks, whilst only Jonquel Jones came up big for Čukurova. It was a night to forget. However, you would suggest that Čukurova have greatly improved since that big defeat on their home floor. They are certainly a different team to face for Sopron here today. Čukurova, the key will be crashing the boards. They've looked strong in that aspect of the game this season. Also, their on-ball pressure has looked good. But will they be able to put some points on the board against a very impressive defensive Sopron side? They'll need to put in their best performance of the season. That is without question here today. And only with that could they potentially come away with the win. Home team are introduced. Once again, Bernadette Hattar not kitting up, still suffering that long-term injury that's kept her on the sidelines for the entirety of the season so far, but Sopron don't lack talent. They too enter the game after 3 wins in a row. In fact, only 2 losses this season against Girona and Avenida. Sopron's success, as always, is built on that tough defense. Second fewest points conceded in EuroLeague Women's this season. They're conceding on average just 62.6 points a game. We expect Sopron to try and slow proceedings down and impose their style of basketball onto the game tonight. If they can do that, favours them to come away with the win. Gaspar there, the mastermind of many a big game for Sopron. Leading them for quite a while now in basketball terms, as the players go to the half court, exchange high fives. The pleasantries pretty much come to an end there and then. Players will now enter the final phase of their warm-up. Under 5 minutes until our tip-off here today. It's a really interesting game set between these two. Both relatively defensively minded teams, both averaging the same number of points, a little over 70 a game, so we could be in for a game that the basketball purists out there will enjoy. A very tactical, smart game from two very clever rosters. There are certainly some key names and some superstars that will likely step up into the limelight and try and take the win for their teams. There are officials for today. This game: Bojan Jovanovic, Goran Slivic, Lukas Jankowski from Bosnia-Herzegovina, Austria and Poland respectively. Good, strong officiating crew for today's game. Likely to be needed as well. Both these teams more than happy to play a little bit of physical basketball, a little bit of bully ball. Always good to see when it's within the lines of the rules. Here's the starting five now for our visitors. Chukarova, Yalchin and Gray in there. Plenty of talent as well coming off the bench for coach Ugaz. Very, very newly into post, as coach Ekrem Memnon left post earlier this week. There's a starting five for Sopron. And coach Gaspar courtside, ready to go. I'm sure he's got his game plan in place for this game. It is going to be a challenge. There's no two ways about it. I don't think he'll be resting lightly, knowing that his team came away with the 25-point win earlier in the season. I think that one can be forgotten right now. Teams head back to the benches for those final instructions. Just a chance for me to remind you the best way to follow EuroLeague Women's Basketball is by downloading the official app, available on iOS and Android, completely free. An indispensable guide to this year's competition, so get your phones out now, get that downloaded. Plenty on there for you to get your teeth into as the game progresses as well. No other games taking place while this one's on, so your full focus can be on this one. The Skio Girona game tips off an hour and a half later, and the Mechelen DDT game tips off 2.5 hours later. So if you fancy staying tuned to EuroLeague Women's Basketball, you can do so for the next 4 or 5 hours. Hunker down, get your snacks in, and enjoy what should be a phenomenal night of top-level basketball.
Coming up, swing and move inside of the paint. Okay, just like we did. Okay, strong side. Very fast. Okay, all right. Hey, defensively, bring it back in your mind. Third quarter, Solomon. You got that? That's how we start. Let's go. Come on. Get to Aaron.
Interesting call from Coach Gaspar, as always, leaning on the defense, referring to the impressive third quarter defensive display they had against Avenida. Here's the 5 take to the floor. Elena Brooks there coming out, the veteran. The headline of so many big games for Sopron. Moments away from the opening tip here in Hungary. Game day 9 here. And we're underway. Group B action. The game of the week here in EuroLeague Women as Sopron take on Cukurova. Straight away to the wing, and straight away the visitors nail the 3 ball. It's a great way to get things underway. You certainly settled some nerves early with Hayes hitting the 3 from the wing. Down into the low post, Brooks looking to go to work. Just drops the shoulders slightly, but the defense is tough from Bonner. She's pulled up though, looking like she might have picked up an injury early on. That would be a worry. She is one of the main pieces for Cukurova this season. Gray hands it to the wing. 3 goes up again, no good this time though. Begvanek goes to the top. McBegor drives inside, lane opened up for her. That's what she's been feeding on all season. McBegor averaging over 11 points a game. Nice pass inside. Foul's going to be called though. That one on Turner. Trying to help her cross in the paint. Came a little bit late though. Yeah, catches the wrist. That's the right call from the official. Bonner will go to the line for free throws on that one. 85% from the free throw line so far this season. Duana Bonner. That's the first of her 2. Interesting to see how Cukurova change under the watchful eye of new head coach Algos. Turner brings it up over the half now. Sprightly looking Sopron start, although a little bit of confusion on what offense they're running right now. That's going to burn a few seconds off the shot clock. Turner inside to McBegor. Rebound pulled down by Kunek. Stolen away though. Good quick hands by Hollingsworth. Hayes now. Beats it inside to Bonner. Bonner looking to shape up against Brooks. Pulls up for the mid-range 2 and gets the roll. What a start by the visitors. Cukurova, a 7-0 start in the first 2 minutes of this game. Remember, Sopron, they rely on keeping their opponents to a low points tally. In steps Turner, nails the 3. Very close to that perimeter line, but she's played it well. Yalcin now brings it up over the half. Veteran Turkish guard looking to set things up. Keep the momentum going for her team. Inside, Hollingsworth. Short with the mid-ranger. The pace of this game, expected it to be slightly slower. Fegvanecki now. Oh, doesn't get the roll, and that's been the case several times. McBegor will pick up the foul. The smartest play by the Australian. Conversation between coach Gaspar and the officials. Either way, Sopron pick up their second team foul of the quarter. We're not even 3 minutes in. And a slow start for Sopron, not what coach Gaspar would have wanted or asked for. Really heard him in that pre-game huddle, asking for some early intensity. Bonner now feeds it inside to Hollingsworth, trying to find some space, but the triple team just collapses on the big. Fegvanecki inside, McBegor just about holds on to it, has to come back out though. She'll go again. Tough move, but same result. No points for Sopron. Hayes trying to create. Oh, nice little hesitation dribble, hands it back, should have gone to the bucket. The lane had opened up for her. Shot clock down to 6. Bonner wide open, 3 short. Rebound to McBegor. At the moment, Sopron's defense isn't the usual level we're expecting. Fegvanecki inside, way off target. She's out of bounds when she bats that one back, so it'll be a turnover and possession in favour of Cukurova. Bona's coming off the back of a very, very good game last week. 21 points, 4 rebounds and 3 blocks against Avenida. We'll have to build on that performance again here today. Gray now looking to shake, kicks it. Yelchin off target with the jumper though. After a frenetic start to the game for Cukurova, they've slowed down somewhat, but Turner hasn't. Steps into the jumper, pure confidence and belief in her own abilities there. Bona now at the top, hands it away. 3-point lead still for Cukurova though, as we're about to get to the midpoint of this first quarter. Gray trying to cross things over, but Brooks is just sprawling all over and forces the travel. Chelsea Gray, one of many veterans on this Cukurova team. Neck getting some instructions there from Coach Gaspar. Fegvinecki uses the screen well. Has to step back out though as the door was closed on the lane. Brooks shaping up. Steps through. Nice play by Brooks, but the defense is good. Kunek in there working hard. It will remain Sopron ball. Baseline ball. There's the Cukurova coaching staff. There's a little discussion. Brooks almost spills it out of bounds, but thankfully for the home fans, she saves that one. Fegvinecki, free throw line jumper, off target though. But it's going to remain Sopron ball. It was a smart play by Hayes. She tried to throw it off the Sopron player, but it bounced back off her. Sopron will make the change. Out comes McBegor, in comes Stankovic. Brooks now. Look her back away to the basket against Bona. Bona stays with it, gets her first block of the game. Oh, but what a follow. Stankovic off the bench. Straight away gets the score. That's what you want as a coach. You want your players to come in ready to go. Straight in contributing. And that's exactly what Stankovic has done here. Bona stays with the play. There's the big swap, but Stankovic scoops up the loose ball and without a thought steps through. Fikuk steps into the game for Cukurova. Rebound eventually falls in favour of Sopron. Fikuk's claiming it came off the hand of Fegvinecki. Officials say otherwise. Baseline ball for Sopron, and what a blistering first quarter. It's been really interesting, quite a lot of pace. Not necessarily clinical execution offensively from either team right now. Cukurova over 3 minutes now without scoring. Fegvinecki, free throw line jumper. First lead of the game for Sopron. As Cukurova's offense is all but dried up now. Bona skips it to Hayes. Good ball movement, but no real penetration. There's the slight penetration, and there's the long two from Gray. She has been on fire offensively this season, averaging just short of 23 points in the 4 games she's played. Brooks now inside to Stankovic. Stankovic throwing some moves, using her footwork, steps through, goes to the left-hand hook, but gets her own offensive rebound and the score. And that is, if you were to say, show me a play which sums up Dragana Stankovic, I would show you that play. Loads of fundamentally sound play, but the thing that is the key, the difference maker with Stankovic is just the tenacity. She fights and hustles so hard. Great. Another jumper, this time much more contested though. He's going to be called for the travelling violation, just picking up that pivot foot before she got the ball to the floor. Kunek will go to the bench for Sopron. Into the game comes Chukor. Straight away though, she's knocked to the floor by Hayes. No foul problems really for Chukarova right now. Just their first team foul of the quarter. Jelena Brooks steps in, running right hand off the glass. Foul's going to be called on Roxanne Fituk. 21-year-old just trying to stay with Jelena Brooks, but giving up a fair amount of height in that 15 centimeters difference in that matchup. And Brooks was looking to exploit that. She'll head back to the free throw line. 33 years old, Jelena Brooks, but still getting it done, averaging over 17 points and 5 rebounds a game, alongside 3 assists. What can you say? Multiple medalist for Serbia in Eurobaskets. Also an Olympic bronze medal. She brings it every night, no matter who she's playing, what the stage is. She goes 100% all in for Sopron. Gray waiting for the screen at the top, uses it well, kicks it to the corner. Good ball movement, good interchange from Chukarova. Foul's going to be called on Chukor. Chelsea Gray will head to the free throw line. 73% across the season, Chelsea Gray, as we see another change for Sopron. Burundi comes in as Fegbeneki gets a well-earned break. That one rattles away for Gray. Does get the second to drop and brings Chukarova to within 2. Turning out, controlling from the point guard position for Sopron. Ah, splits the defense well, slides inside, but the help defense is there. That will remain Sopron ball, but that's great defense by Chukarova. Even though Turner had split the defense, which usually ends up with the defense collapsing, it just worked. The recovery was very, very well executed. Brooks now wants to come back out with it though. Chukor throws it away. Foul's going to be called on Fituk. That's her second foul of the game. On the floor under 3 minutes. She's going to head straight back to the bench with her second foul. Into the game for the first taste of action is Atash. Turner looks to go inside. Good quick hands though by Chukarova. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Brooks will have to put a long prayer up off the glass and away. Better defense that time from Chukarova. Oh, a little shake, hesitation, and the crossover. She's going to get the score. I think they're going to wipe it away though. There's the shake. Lose the defense. Drives inside. Yeah, the foul's called very early in that drive. Hayes just showing what she's got though. She'll head to the free throw line. Sopron in the penalty. No good with the first, and not a great start from the free throw line for Chukarova. 3 from 6 now. Hits the second. Make that 4 from 7. Fegbeneki next to no break at all as Turner comes out and she heads back in. Burundi Little hesitation, looks for a teammate, but that passing lane was closed out pretty quickly. Fegvinecki uses the pick and roll. She's going to use the roll, she doesn't. She'll come back out instead. Burundi, and that's twice now. That Sopron have struggled to get a high percentage shot away, or even a shot they would have wanted, but that one came off the hand of Cukurova, so it will be a sideline ball. Very cagey first quarter is the way I would sum this up. A blistering start from Cukurova, but Sopron quickly locked down the defense. That will be a blue ball on the baseline. Jelena Brooks, I'm not sure too happy with the defensive attention she was receiving there. Officials don't see a problem with it. Takmaz comes back into the game for the visitors. Under a minute left in this first quarter. Low scoring game. Looked like it was going to be maybe a little bit high scoring than we expected. We were predicting a low scoring game before the game, but Cukurova came out with all guns blazing. Sopron quickly closed that down though. Gray baseline, step back. Oh, that looked like a great little move, but the defense stayed with her. Fegvinecki uses the screen. Burundi steps inside, but has to come back out. Offensive foul is going to be called on Stankovic. A little bit too aggressive in her post-up. Let's have a look at the replay. We'll see it here. Yeah, it's the swing of the right arm. That's the right call from the official. Said in the pre-game that we could see a physical game here. Both these teams do like playing defense. And they're quite happy to trade blows on the defensive end. Gray now. About a 1.5 seconds differential between the shot clock and the first quarter clock. Gray steps through, kicks it to the wing. Takmaz comes up short. They'll get another attempt though, and almost a third. But that will be the end of the first quarter as expected. It's a close one. End of the first quarter here in Hungary. And it's Sopron, the home team, that lead. It's Sopron 12, Cukurova 11. Here are some of the stats from that first quarter of action. Sopron, as you can see, pretty much dedicated to getting it done close to the basket. Cukurova putting up a lot more shots from distance. Neither team performing particularly well, but you would expect that as both teams are defensive specialists. Hayes and Turner lead the scoring with 4 points apiece. McBeggar has 3 rebounds, and Hayes has 4 rebounds for Cukurova.
Okay, just to get in here and not even looking at the basket, not even go deep, creating contact, quick out. It's not okay. It's not okay. You gotta take responsibility in this game, okay? All right, let's run now. With L, we go with L, okay? Good rolls, layup chances was there. You're gonna make those, okay? That's the most important, that we created it. We are going to make it. And let's see his shape as he's the second screener, okay? Before they are switching. Now we don't want that mismatch, okay? Right?
Coach Gaspar there, taking his time, getting the message across. I think he'll be very happy with how his team reacted after that timeout in the first quarter. Going down 7-0 on your home floor that quickly in a game can sometimes dismantle the hard work you've done in the week building up to the game and take big chunks out of your self-confidence. But that's not the case with this Sopron team. They are tough, they are battle-hardened and ready to go, and they really locked down the game after the first 3 minutes, and that's why they lead by a point at the end of 10. Second quarter action underway here. Game day 9 of the EuroLeague Women regular season. This is game of the week as Sopron take on Cukurova. The end of the first quarter, it's the home team, Sopron, leading this by a single point in a very low-scoring, defensive-focused first 10 minutes. There's a pass inside. That's a tough play. That was a hard catch from Hollingsworth. That is not an easy one to bring down in control under that amount of pressure, but not only does she do it, but she gets the score as well and gives Čukarova their lead back. Fegvanecki now moves it back out. Vargas into the game for Sopron. Čukar has it batted away. Once again, Čukarova's defense really steps up. Foul's going to be called as Bonner hits the floor holding a right knee. Fegvanecki's going to be called for that foul. Come on, Bonner back on her feet. It looks like she's in a fair bit of pain and hobbling away. Baseline ball for the visitors. Gray now. Quick move to the wing. Wide open, but it's an air ball. Atash coming in, trying to make a change, but not able to. Another injury issue now. Oh my goodness, this does not look good. This time it's Hayes on the floor, holding a left ankle. I'm not sure if she came down on someone's foot. Any basketball players watching this, it just sends ice through your veins when you see another player go through that. You feel it yourself. I know I have. Let's have a look at the replay. Don't look too closely. Oh my goodness, there's no one near her as well. That's the worst type of injury. The ball's already gone out of bounds and she's just flipped her left ankle. That causes the coaching staff a few headaches. Tiffany Hayes has been very impressive this year. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists a game, there or thereabouts, shooting nearly 40% from outside. Veteran guard is an important piece of the puzzle for the Turkish team. And seeing her go down like that is not good. The medical staff were very quick to the floor though, and she's getting the attention she needs, and her teammates are around her. This obviously puts a halt to the game right now. Player welfare really number one. Again, look away if you're squeamish with the ankle injuries. I know I am, and it's just made me cringe again. Just feeling that as a basketball player, you know that's a horrible one. Completely innocuous, no one near her. The ball had already gone out of bounds. She was just turning to run back up the floor and her ankle gave way. Oh yeah, that's lightly done some damage to her ankle, particularly she's still not on her feet. She's in a huge amount of pain on the floor. They're getting her up now, and I'm sure will help her. Yeah, they're going to carry her to the bench. Yeah, the medical staff just taking her across to the bench where she'll receive more treatment, and that is not a sight we like to see. Just wish her a speedy recovery. I hope the injury isn't as bad as maybe it first looks. Yeah, our thoughts are with Tiffany Hayes right now. Never good to see a player go down with an injury. Hopefully she's back to the court sooner rather than later. I have a feeling she won't be back in this game though, for sure. And that really does change the dynamic for Čukarova now. How will their rotation change off the back of that? Fitu comes back into the game. She has 2 fouls though, so she'll have to go carefully. Fegvanecki now. Inside. Drop step. Kunek. Great move with the footwork, but once again, the finish isn't there, and both teams have put in some really good offenses, but that final phase of the play just has let them down. Not this time though. As Chelsea Gray steps in and hits the mid-range jumper and extends Čukarova's lead to 3. McBegor tries to work her way round. And again, that little short-range game is the downfall for the Hungarian team. Gray now skips it to the corner. Foul's going to be called as Vituk hits the 3 ball. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, Fegvinecki off the ball, getting a little bit physical with Hollingsworth. Gray trying to use the handle to create the space. Has to come back out though. Shot clock down to 5. Bonner, little shake. She's going to step through. Puts it up in time. Rebound for Atash. Another offensive rebound for Bonner. Usually, Sopron not defending their boards very well. Fegvinecki though just steps up. Cool, calm and collected, the veteran. Drains that free throw line jumper and brings Sopron back to within 1. Gray now. Moves it to Atash for 3. Foul's going to be called though, I think, on Turner. That will send Atash to the line for 3 free throws. Doesn't get to the free throw line very often. Atash, yeah, absolutely the right call. Turner way over committing. That's just a symptom of poor positioning, really defensively, leaving too much space between her and her defensive assignment. Atash just 50% from the free throw line this season. As I said, 28-year-old doesn't get to the free throw line very often. It's the second of her 3. And the third is good. Kukarova's lead back out to 3. As we've seen Atash head to the bench. In comes Yalchin. Kunek now hands it back to Fegvinecki. Good offensive structure from Sopron. And they get the rewards. That was like it was planned. How many times have they run through that on the practice court? That was silky smooth from Sopron. Gray now doesn't use the roll. Now it will go down into the low post. And a good little short-range jumper from Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth really starting to warm up. 5 rebounds and 4 points for her. Turner at the top. Kunek gets it away in time, but is off target. Kunek struggled so far today. 0 from 3 from the field. Yet to put any points on the board. Oh, no look pass inside. Hollingsworth blows the line at the end though. Turner, legs just gave way. She's going to hold on to possession and lock it up. Possession arrow will be in favour of the visitors though. So it'll be Navy ball on the baseline. Yeah, just that right leg. I'm not sure if Vituk caught it, potentially, looking at the replay, but either way, that's a turnover from Turner. And not what Sopron need. Sopron's defense, this is how they've come to win so many games. Even when their offense isn't firing the way they need it to, their defense keeps them in the game until they can find a way to get their offense working. At the moment, their offense is literally one word: Fegvinecki. She's up to 8 points now, 4 from 6 from the field. She really is leading the way, scoring almost half their points in the first 14 and a half minutes of this game. Gray now. Little skip to the weak side. Oh, Gray, look at that. She looked like she was going to pivot But then comes back and loses Kunek. Couldn't get the shot away though. McBegor, long three ball, and it's good for the Australian. Flat trajectory, but who cares when it whips through the net like that. Her first points of the game, 1 from 5 from the field. She does have 6 rebounds though. Oh, that is just a tough move from Gokshang Fituk. Coming in and filling the space left by Tiffany Hayes. And doing a good job so far. Kunek, long 2, continues to struggle. Not sure the decision making is right there for me from Alice Kunek. Better opportunities ahead for them. Bonner inside, looks to grab her own rebound. Brooks grabs it instead. And Yalchin will get called for the foul. She reaches in to stop Brooks in transition. Just needs to be careful, it's not an unsportsmanlike foul. Interested to see if the officials want to review that one. We're going to have a conversation. Yeah, they are going to go and review it. I'll head to the screens to look at some of the replays. They want to see if they should upgrade it to an unsportsmanlike foul or not. For me, I think it might very well be, yeah, I'm going unsportsmanlike foul there. I don't think that she had any chance of getting to the ball. She's just pulling Yelena Brooks back. It's a reasonably easy call for the officials. Yes, it is. They upgrade it to the unsportsmanlike foul. Brooks will go to the line for 2 shots, and Sopron will get possession back as well. At the moment, and for a lot of this season, Sopron have really lent heavily on their veterans. Fegvanecki has turned up big here today. And once again, Brooks is certainly going to put in a shift. Hasn't scored a field goal yet. She's been kept out of that. Bear in mind she's averaging over 17 points a game. But if there is someone that you would say, well, 2 players that are the faces of this basketball club, Brooks was definitely one of them. Been here since 2017. Fan favourite, I don't think is a strong enough way to describe the relationship the fans have with her. I think the fans absolutely love her. And understandably so. Turner now. Little hesitation. Tries to lob it inside, but it's well read by Williams. Bonner at the top. Yalchin. Williams on the roll. Should have gone up the strong side. Not sure why she went to the weak side. Turner will slow it down. 3.5 minutes left in this first half. A very cagey first half it's been. Brooks now feeds it off to McBegor. Wonderful finish. Just good team offense from Sopron. As they start to extend things out a little now. It's down to Chukarova to try and find a way to stay in this game. Into the low post, Williams step through. Oh, swatted away with disgust from McBegor, but she gets it back, doesn't get the score. Draws the foul though, I think from Fegvanecki. That'll be the 3rd foul on Fegvanecki if it is. That's going to cause problems for Coach Gaspar. There's the block. Bats it away. Don't bring that in here, but Williams will go again. Doesn't get the score, but does earn herself a trip to the free throw line. First EuroLeague women's game of the season for Elizabeth Williams. American big. Comes up short with her first free throw attempt. Gets the second to go and gets her account for the season underway. Sopron lead by 3, under 3 left in the first half. Fegvinecki now uses the Stankovic screen, puts the jumper up. Fegvinecki, the first player to double digits, 5 from 7 for the guard. That's going to push Cukurova into that timeout. Now they can't afford to see Sopron go any further.
Show up, we go under.
Under which one? The R?
Under of our post. Okay. No, she's coming back. She's coming back. We are not. We are gonna.
You gotta help on the roll if you show up. Somebody gotta help the roll.
Yes, our last player will be in the paint. Okay, but we have to get back quickly. We are not hard hedging. We go high, little bit. We show our guards go under, and then we go back. Okay. Work the fast. Easy, different. Classic. Bibi, you are here. The other two. Take penetration.
Wait, what?
This is fake.
Going this way?
Fake secret. Yes, this way. You penetration middle. If you are open, okay. You are here. If TV man sets you, pass to her. You are here.
But she's not helping out. She gotta go off the screen and make the dribble.
As you would expect with a change of coaches, a little bit of confusion there in the Cukurova huddle. But the one thing you've got is you've got a ton of talent in that Cukurova team. Plenty of veteran experience as well. They will carry their load with regards to the tactical side of this game. They'll work together to try and come away with this road win. It's a big ask. Sopron now hold a 5-point lead. Their biggest of the game. Bonner now moves it to the top. Williams will set the screen, skip to the weak side into the hands of Ursa Schick, but she can't get it to go. Sopron will go again to try and extend this lead, and from Cukurova's point of view, they cannot afford to let Sopron take a double-digit lead. Fegvinecki now pulls up, comes up short. The defense is great there from Yalchin. Off the glass, but nowhere near the basket. Sopron's defense looking good. That will be a Cukurova possession. The fans aren't happy. They saw it going the other way, but the Turkish team will go again. Real good advert for tactical, defensive focused basketball, this one. Offensive foul is going to be called on Williams. Absolutely right. Did not set the screen. She was flashing. Yeah, look at that. Just continues to fade. No chance really of Cukurova being able to get round the screen as it kept moving. Change as Atash comes back into the game. Out goes Ursa Schick for Cukurova. Stankovic, free throw line jumper, a little heavy-handed. That's not really the game that she likes to play. She's a lot closer to a basket operator. A little over a minute now left in the first half. Oh, just drives through, but can't get the finish. Great. Did everything right, but the finish. Finger roll, unbelievably off target. Bonner's there to scoop up the rebound, but the foul has been called on Sopron. And the timeout will be called here, I think, by Sopron. 27-22 in favour of the home team.
Hey, how you break this mismatch, Dan? It was good. Okay, Dragana was wide open here. Okay, we swing the ball. That's okay. All right. Also, changing direction. Okay, what Jetsa did, she opened inside. Take a look at it. Okay, Dragana, once you receive the ball from here, take a look at it on this angle. Okay, with a quick pass. You swing the ball there, it's not a mistake, okay? Jetsa keep posting up, that's what make your defender go inside. And you had the open shot, okay? All right, now, let's go with 5 side now. 5 side now. Bonnie, you rest, okay? Kibi, you are in. Okay, Batro, Batro.
Sopron, let's go, kid.
And you get that feeling that Sopron feel that they're close to taking control of this game right now, that they're on the verge of maybe being able to open up a bit of a lead here going into the final minute of the first half. They'd love to get to the half-time locker room with a double-digit lead. It's a big ask, but they certainly don't want to head there with anything less than a 5-point lead. But at the line is Luana Bonner, 85% free throw shooter DB. Gets the first to roll. Back at the line for the second. Fegvanecki being harassed as she brings it over the half. Yalchin working so hard to try and take some of the time off the shot clock. Stolen away by Bonner. It's off the foot and will be Chukarova ball. Burundi with the crossover. Bonner with the quick hands. Chukarova now maybe with a chance to actually tie the game. Nothing would surprise me in this one. We have seen this game swing back and forth for the whole of the first half. Stolen away though. Brooks have to come back out. Fegvanecki's open for 3. That's short. Bonner with the easy uncontested rebound. About a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Surely Chukarova are going to slow things down. Look to take the final shot. Yalchin at the top being guarded by Fegvanecki. Williams sets the screen and flashes to the basket. She's got the mismatch she wanted. Only 2 seconds left. They're going to have to throw a prayer up. They do. They don't get it to go. And that will be the end of the first half here in Hungary. What an interesting first half of basketball we have had. Perfectly poised for an even more interesting second half. At the midpoint break, it's Sopron 27, Chukarova 24. Here are some of the stats from that first half, and they really do tell us a very, very real story. Both these teams are defensive-minded teams. They're drilled into keeping it low scoring, and that is why we are where we are. Only one player in double digits, that's Fegvanecki. She has 10 points. McBeggar leading all rebounders with 6, and Hayes, who has hobbled to the bench, leading with 3 assists. There are our top scorers. Fegvanecki, as I said, in double digits. Bonner is leading the scoring for Chukarova. She only has 6, though, but no surprise in what is an exceptionally low-scoring defensive battle. Here are some of the highlights from that first half of action. And like I said, a very interesting game to say the least, as both these teams focus on locking down on the defensive end. It didn't look like that early on, as Chukarova opened up a 7-0 start to the game. We thought, my goodness me, maybe the legendary Sopron defense wasn't able to cope. That quickly changed as the home team just turned it on. They literally turned the defensive tap on and they stopped Chukarova pretty much in their tracks. At the end of the first quarter, Sopron led 12-11. So a 12-4 run to close out that quarter for Sopron. Second quarter, not much difference, a little bit more scoring, but still very focused on the defensive end as we see Bonner with the swat and Stankovic stepping through for the score. But Sopron won the second quarter as well, 15-13. That's what gives them their 3-point lead at the half. Fegvanecki there, one of many jumpers that she's hit in this game. The only player on double digits. She's 5 from 9 from the field, but she's played pretty much every second of the game. She's been on the floor over 19 of the first 20 minutes. She does have 3 fouls to her name as well, so that could be problematic for Coach Gaspar in that second half. Only other player really behind her is McBeggar with 5, Turner with 4, and Brooks with 4, as does Stankovic. For Chukarova, their leading scorer is DB Dawana Bonner. She has 6 points, 4 of which coming from the free throw line. She also has 5 rebounds to her name. Chelsea Gray just behind her with 5 points. But maybe one of the biggest problems for Chukarova and the coaching staff is Tiffany Hayes. She had 4 points in that first half, alongside 4 rebounds, 3 assists. However, she looked like she picked up a pretty bad injury in that second quarter, was carried to the bench. Maybe potential damage to her ankle. We're yet to find out how extreme that is, but I'd be surprised if we saw Tiffany Hayes on the floor again today. Looked like it might exclude her for the rest of today's game at least. But a big second half ahead of us in what is a very hotly contested Group B here in this season.
világ, amiben bármi megtörténhet. Itt az Otszok nagymesterévé válhatsz. Egy pillanaton, amelyik szervetek kedvenceidet az ország bármelyik lottózójában. Ahol a B-sport és E-sport virtuális távlatokat nyithat számodra. Egy olyan világ, amiben bárhol, bármikor biztonságosan fogadhatsz.
Ez a világ.
Welcome back to Hungary. This is game day 9 of the EuroLeague Women regular season, and this is our game of the week. We're halfway through this one. Sopron taking on Cukurova. And at the half in a low-scoring game, it's the home team that lead 27-24. Let's jump into the coaches' huddles as they prepare for the second half of action.
Keep going with chance, great job. Keep going like that. Also on Bonner, you and Olis, good job. Oh, good job on her. Hey, you know them. They're going to step up. Like that. Long. You are going to pop. No. L down, you going to pop. Yet so you cut inside from 45. Okay. After popping, you open. There's a one-shot opportunity. Second one. After popping, Yeta is clearing out. Get open ISO. Okay. That's one thing. Javi wants to attack them. Two, good for that also. With Yeta, we are going to do the 2 curl version and 1 for ISO ball screen. Okay? Alright, let's start with this in the beginning of the game. Okay? And early all the time. Early, okay? Get the arrow. Let's go.
As you heard, Coach Gaspar there, very keen for his team to get out early. Start with some tempo, start with some confidence. They didn't do at the start of the game, and that enabled Cukurova to open a 7-point lead straight off the opening tip. Let's see how the home team respond here in the second half. Second half action underway here in Hungary. Group B, EuroLeague Women regular season, and it's our game of the week, and no real surprise as 2 defensive specialists go toe-to-toe. The halfway stage, Sopron lead this by 3, 27-24 over our visitors Cukurova. First play of the second half is a miss from Turner. Malchin now looking to corral the team, get their offense moving. They relied heavily on some individual skill in that first half. That probably won't get them to the win. Atash now going against Kunek. Has to throw the prayer up from way downtown. Manages to get the rim, but no more. Holds her hands to the sky saying, well, I'm not sure what else I was supposed to do. And that's some of the confusion we've seen in that first half from the Turkish team. At times, they've had a little bit of turmoil in the team. Head coach leaving this week. Expect that to certainly impact how they play. Fegvanecki now skips it to Brooks. Shot clock down to 8. Kunek looking for the roll of Brooks, and Atash will be called for the foul. That one will be on the floor though before the score from Brooks, and that just purely is from Brooks setting a wall-like screen. No way back into the game for Atash. He was always going to be kept on to the back of Jelena Brooks, and that makes it easy on the pick and roll. Turner now to inbound. Oh, lovely pass inside to Kunek, but the block from Atash. What defense. Kunek has struggled in today's game. She's made the moves. She didn't need to pump fake there, just go straight up. The pump fake enabled the defense to come back into the game. That's good D. It's off the hand of Kunek as well, so it will be a Cukurova possession. Gray now brings it up over the half. Back to Gray, waiting for the screen to come up from Hollingsworth. Sopron's defense stays firm. Gray has to fade away. McGregor picks up the loose ball. Sopron, just one of the best defensive teams in this competition. They truly are. It's not about individual defensive talent, it's about the way the team play defense as a unit. Brooks missing though with a little short range fade away. Scoreless in the opening 2 minutes of this third quarter. Gray now shaping up against Fegvinecki. Yalchin inside, has to kick it to the short corner. That one's short from Hollingsworth in the short corner. And the drought continues for both teams. Hollingsworth's going to get called for the reach-in foul on Turner. Just a little late on the hedge. Either have to flash a little bit quicker and a little bit harder to push the point guard back, or you have to stay a little bit truer and just close the lane off for her. Fegvinecki now brings it to the top. Sopron patient offensively. Almost looked like a travelling violation from Fegvinecki. Looked like she dragged that pivot foot. Turner inside, swatted again. 2 blocks early on here for Sinem Aytash. Steps across and helps this time. Just swats that attempt out of the baseline. Brooks, her 3-point attempt is blocked, and that will be a shot clock violation. And the third quarter continues as the first half ended. Both teams playing some very, very good defense and struggling to get the scoreboard rolling. Gray out, Yalchin drives the baseline, got the positioning but has to come back out as Fegvinecki was too well established. That will remain Jukarova ball. Came, I think, off either Turner or McBeggar's hands. Hollingsworth not happy. I think she took a bit of a shot to the face in that play. 1.2 seconds left on the shot clock for Jukarova. Have to be a catch and shoot from Bonner. It is. That's short though. Just takes a little bit of the nylon, but unfortunately hadn't gone through the bucket first. McBeggar hands it back to Fegvinecki. They'll run the pick and roll, but the roll is only used at the end. Good timing, but once again the weak side rotation, this time from Gray. Really, really strong from Jukarova. Forcing ultimately McBeggar into the foul as Hollingsworth rips down the rebound. Neither team any points on the board, almost 3.5 minutes into this third quarter. It really sums up the way that these teams play. They build everything from just tough, restrictive defense. Gray comes back out. Yalchin, shot clock at 5. Steps back, 3-ball, high arcing, comes down with a little bit of snow, but doesn't come down for any points. Aytash inside, blocked by McBeggar. They'll go again though. Bonner gonna shake, shot clock at 4 this time. She'll put the 3 up. Too heavy, rebound 1, eventually by McBeggar. Falls almost out of bounds as she tries to rescue that one. Fegvinecki open for the short corner 2. And another miss. Goodness me, I'm not sure I've witnessed 5 minutes of EuroLeague women's basketball without any points being scored, and I won't again. Almost 4.5 minutes though. But the drought is broken by Chelsea Gray. Her third bucket of the game. She's up to 7 points. More importantly for them, Jukarova are within a point now of Sopron. Inside, Kunek with the score. And her second bucket, 2 from 7 from the field for Alice Kunek. Oh, and the pass from Yalchin is off track. Bonner did fake to go to the basket and then look to come back out again. Yalchin had already sent the pass. They'll make a double change. Takmaz comes in alongside Fituk. Into the game comes Yalchin. And Aytash. Halfway through this third quarter. Brooks now. Waits for the Stankovic screen. Beggar's gone to the bench for Stankovic to come in. Brooks doesn't get the roll. It's off Bonner's hand though, so it will remain Sopron ball on the baseline. They'll have a fresh 14 to work with as well. This game really is hanging in the balance. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Takmaz. Yeah, foul off the ball, a holding foul. 13th foul of the quarter for Chukarova. Only one foul for Sopron. Fegvinecki waits for the Stankovic screen, doesn't use it, goes the other way and overshoots that one by quite a distance. Really tough start for both teams here in the third quarter offensively. Foul will be called on Brooks as she gets caught up with Hollingsworth deep in the paint. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, easy call for the officials. Needs to be careful that it's not an unsportsmanlike foul. Fegvinecki will head to the bench for Sopron. Chukarova with possession, baseline drive, tough move by Gray, but the finish just isn't there, and quite a bit of frustration starting to bubble now for Chukarova. I'm not sure if it's at the officials or themselves. They're not happy with the way things are going. Brooks looking to use a size advantage. Nice pass inside. Stankovic can't get the score. She will head to the free throw line. Chukarova looking for the offensive foul against Brooks. Here's the play. She's got the mismatch on size. Now for me, that's just good physical. Back to the basket. Basketball. Fituk needs to stand a little bit stronger than that. As far as the officials know, I was going to give anything, it would potentially be a flop warning. I don't think it was needed though myself. The officials called that one perfectly. Stankovic hits the first of her two. And the second is good. 6 points, 4 rebounds now. Sorry, 7 points, 4 rebounds for Dragana Stankovic. Only averaging 3.5 points a game, so really stepped up in this low-scoring game for Sopron. Foul will be called on Stankovic as she gets caught holding on to Williams. 13th foul of the quarter for Sopron now. Kunek will head to the bench and in her place comes Chukor. Good defense once again. Turner now trying to turn it into transition offense, but Chukarova's defense in the transition is good. Burundi traveling violation. She doesn't look happy with the call. Here's the defense at the other side. Stolen away by Turner, but the hard work was done elsewhere. Burundi just picking up that pivot foot a little early. Under 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Unbelievably, a 4-2 scoreline in this third quarter with 6.5 minutes played. Foul will be called on Gray. Chukarova in the penalty, so that will send Stankovic to the line for free throws. Perfect 3 from the three. 3 from 3 from the free throw line for Stankovic. In and out with her second attempt though. Trashes her perfect free throw record this evening. Fituk now hands it off to Gray. Waits for the screen from Williams. Bonner. Stolen away. Good quick hands by Burundi. Turner. Oh, she pulls the trigger. She steps on the line though, so it'll only be a 2, but Sopron are starting the motor. The game is swinging heavily in favour of the home team right now. They lead by 8.
He's gonna drop.
CB, it's easy, everybody knows. He, Chelsea, the other two, classic high-low.
Gökşen Gamze.
Go, CB, now, bad and right. Daha bir tane, ya bir tane değil. Let's go, you can play. Just see one penetration shoot. Ya etsin kardeşim. Hay Allah bunlar da. Come on. Let's go.
Clearly, the Chukarova coaching staff know that this is a pivotal moment. This could be the turning point in the game. Sopron starting to get some offensive confidence. 7-2 in favour of Sopron in this quarter. Gray brings it up over the half. Important, just shy of 3 minutes now for the visitors. Bonner goes to the wing. There's just nothing for them to work with. Stankovic will be called for the foul, and that's just on the back of Elizabeth Williams just going hell for leather in the paint, trying to establish. Look how hard she's working to get her feet locked in down low. Sopron weren't in the penalty before that. They are now for the final 2:38 of this quarter. They struggle to get the ball in bounds. They have to throw it long. Managed to get it to Bonner. But Chukarova just not looking comfortable at all. Sopron with the biggest lead of the game. Double screen set for Gray to work with. Go to Williams inside. She's got the mismatch, but the soft right hand is too soft and a little flat on that baby hook. Burundi now using the Stankovic screen. Drives the baseline. Has to go all the way through though. Catch and shoot in the corners heavy-handed, but Stankovic is there again with the rebound. Her 5th of the night. Sopron starting to use a little bit of the clock now. Turner doesn't take the shot, goes to Burundi instead. Heavy. Williams with the rebound. Her 5th rebound of the night. No field goals for Elizabeth Williams though. That's a rarity for her. Bonner is fouled. Chukor will be called for that one. As Bonner drives inside, yeah. Absolutely not a lot that Donna Chukor could do about that. She was coming down wrong place, wrong time. The coach is making some changes. And the rotation will really come into play now as we see Fegvinecki come back in. Turner head to the bench. Also coming back in as Williams takes a break. Bonner now back to the line. It's the first of her 2. And the second. On the way to a double-double, Duana Bonner, unbelievably, she's only scored 1 field goal in the game. Most of her points coming from the free throw line, 8.7 rebounds for the veteran wing. Stankovic now going up against Hollingsworth. Into Brooks. Brooks needs to be careful, spending a long time in the paint. Fegvinecki for 3, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. What a big time to rain down the triple. Sopron out to a 9-point lead. Huge minute of the game now for Cukurova. Can't afford to go down by double digits. Gray pulls up, jumper, rattles it home. Ice cold from Chelsea Gray. Takes the pressure out of the arena. Final minute now of the third quarter. Pegvanecki comes back to the top to Chukor. Stankovic going up against Hollingsworth. Off the glass, but angles all wrong. Gray inside to Bonner. Bonner draws the foul. Can't get the score. She can't believe it. That one looked like it was down, but it springs back out again. Great execution of the pick and roll, though, between Gray and Bonner. Creates the space and the mismatch they were looking for. Look at that. That one looked like it dropped. Only for it to come back out again. Bonner at the line for two. Seven from the free throw line for Duana Bonner. Make that 8 from 8. Cukurova make another change. 27 seconds left in the quarter. Sopron's lead has been trimmed back to just 5 again. Not just Sopron look like they're starting to take control of the game. Cukurova, like a locomotive, just keep chugging along and keeping themselves in contention. Foul's going to be called. That's the right call as well. There's bumping the cutter, and then there's what Gökçen Fituk did there. You can see here, that's not bumping the cutter. And Brooks will head to the free throw line. Back in will come Sinem Atash. Fituk with foul trouble will go to the bench. It's her third foul of the game. Brooks converts both from the free throw line. No real surprises. She just leads this team game after game. Part of why they keep winning games is Jelena Brooks. Inside, Hollingsworth. Oh, swatted away by Stankovic, and look at the roar. God, I love that defensive effort there from Dragana Stankovic. Look at her rise up, bats it out of bounds and loves it. Look at her teammates on the bench as well. They're flexing for her. 1 second, can they get it away? They do, but it's off the side of the backboard and away. An interesting third quarter, still low scoring. Sopron win that third quarter 12-8. And at the end of the 3, they lead the game 39-32 over Cukurova. Some of the shooting statistics from the game. As you can see, this is all about the defense. Cukurova 1 from 15 from downtown. Sopron just 12 from 37 from 2-point range. Both teams shooting pretty well from the free throw line, but this is all about defense, this one. Pegvanecki leading all scorers with 13 points. Bonner, the only player in double digits for Cukurova, with 10. Here are your top scorers. As I say, Pegvanecki with 13. Bonner also has 10 points. What a job she has done here today. Big 10 minutes of basketball left for us here in Hungary. This is EuroLeague Women Game Day 9. This is Game of the Week. This is an all-out defensive battle. Both these teams, both their coaching staffs, to play a game of chess on the basketball floor. Fourth quarter underway. The home team, Sopron, lead this one by 7, 39-32 over the Turkish team, Çukurova. Foul will be called straight away, this one on the Yalçın. And Sopron know that they're close. Realistically, if they can get to 50 points, that should be game one here. Coach Gaspar, that's what you're targeting. That's what you said to your team. Get to 50 points and maintain a tough defensive stance, and you will come away with the win here today. Stankovic comes back out to the top now to Turner. Fegvanecki. Looking for the pass inside to Stankovic. She's going to go to work. Shot clock runs down, but she gets the score. This is Dragana Stankovic's night for sure. Her best performance of the season, now at 11 points, alongside 5 rebounds and a block. Serbian really has come to play. Pass inside. Hollingsworth gets the score. And for Çukurova, they know that they've just got to get that scoreboard ticking over. The defense from their side, it's inbuilt. It's in their players' DNA to play tough defense. Offensively is where they need to find some rhythm right now. Turner, long two. In and out. Hollingsworth with the uncontested easy rebound, and Sopron need to be careful not to get a little bit too loose with this one too early. Don't take it for granted that they've got the win just yet. Bonner. Shot clock to 7. Gray now at the top. Double screen set for her to work with. Kicks it to the corner. Aytaş wide open. Rattles the 3. 5 early points here in the quarter for Çukurova. Remember, they only scored 8 in the entire third quarter. So this really is an increase in their pace. That's a worrying sign for Sopron. Their lead is down to 4. Stankovic now steps back, fade away, and Stankovic's luck holds through. Let's be honest, it's not fair to say luck. Her quality is shining through right now. Gray, thanks for the screen from Hollingsworth. Skips it to the baseline to Yalçın, who doesn't take the jumper or the layup. Has to come all the way through. Shot clock to 7. Yalçın now will have to force up the prayer from downtown. Uses the glass, but it doesn't help her. Stankovic with the rebound. Just 4 rebounds short of a double-double now, Dragana Stankovic. Offensive foul is going to be called on Turner, and she just catches Hollingsworth full in the face with her elbow. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see that from the officials. I don't think it's any more than a regular foul. Just the swing of the elbow. Here's the pass inside, and what a pass that was from Gray. Scoops it round 2 defenders, and Hollingsworth finishes it off. While Çukurova are within this kind of distance, they are a threat. They truly are a threat for Sopron and Coach Gaspar. He knows that. He wants his team maybe to up the defensive intensity again, slow things down. Randy will come back in for Sopron. Turner will head to the bench after that foul. Shit comes in as well for Çukurova as Yalçın takes a seat. Gray comes back out to Bonner. Bonner for 3, wide open. That one's short though. Rebound corralled by Burundi. Aytaş goes hard, looked like a foul, but no given. Fegvanecki. Shot clock down to 8 now. Brooks in and out with a jumper. Great rebound by Burundi. The 3 goes up from Kunek. That's too early, surely. She's not had a good night shooting the ball, just 1 from 7 from the field. Alice Kunek surely used some of the shot clock up. Gray pulls up, kicks it out, wide open in the corner, and another 3. That's a shik from the wing. Chukarova are within 3. 6.5 minutes to play. This game has just been blown wide open by a hot start to the fourth quarter. Stankovic, no good, grabs the rebound, draws the foul. Blistering start to the fourth quarter. The most pace we've seen really since the opening 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter. An 8-4 start to this final period for Chukarova, and we'll see Mugbego come back in for Sopron. Brooks pulls up, hits the 2, and she is the steadying influence on this team. Sofia Fegvanecki, sorry, that was. Takes her tally to 17 now. 8 from 14 from the field. Gray, elbow jumper. That one's off target, and you feel like Sopron now defensively are going to start cranking things up a little. They're a little bit loose for the first 2-3 minutes of this quarter. Coach Gaspar has probably called them out on that. Fegvanecki, mid-range 2. Heavy with that one though. Gray will scoop it to herself. And Chukarova is slow to progress up the floor. I think maybe some of her teammates thought she was just going to attack the basket. Gray loses her footing. Falls to the floor. Wiping out Burundi as well. That's a little bit of fatigue on show there. Chelsea Gray's played over 34 minutes already. That'll be the turnover. In fact, now it's locked up, so it's a jump ball given. Possession arrow in favour of Chukarova, so they'll retain possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock for them to work with. Officials just having a little conversation right now. .20 on the clock. Chukarova ball on the baseline. Sopron still in the lead, but only by 5, and Chukarova have looked a lot more sprightly in this fourth quarter than Sopron have so far. Bonner looking for the roll from Gray, but she was looking for it to roll to the basket, not away. Kunek swipes the ball, goes to the basket, draws the foul from Chelsea Gray. Kunek will head to the line. That's a smart play by Alice Kunek. Changes the direction of travel, so she draws the contact off Gray. Kunek at the line now for 2 shots. Gray heads to the bench. With that foul. Not fouled out of the game. Just taking a bit of a breather. Fatigue certainly playing its part now. Remember as well, Chukarova lost Tiffany Hayes earlier on in the game in the first half to what seemed like a pretty bad ankle injury. She's back on the bench, but she's in her civvies. She's in her street clothes, so we won't be seeing her again today. It's been a big loss for the Turkish side. Pass inside, wonderful pass. Even better defense though from Mugbego. Just puts the no entry sign up. Bats it away. Vanecki now. Offensive foul's going to be called on Mugbego. It's the right call. She leans way too heavy into this screen. Yeah, that's a mirror of the offensive foul that got called on Chukarova in the first half. There's the block. The Aussie player stepping up And providing that rim protection for Sopron. They lead by 7. Timeout's been called by Chukarova. A little over 4.5 minutes to play. Let's jump into these huddles, hear what the coaches have to say.
Your three. Q. E. Özge. Chelsea. Okay. DB. Elizabeth side. Or doesn't matter. You can go both sides. When you go this side, Q, you are gonna come. Opposite side will come to set ball screen. Özge after pass, clear. Q, the other post will be in the Duncan. Yes. DB, Özge, Chelsea, Skriniar, we are gonna play side pick and roll. Okay. Let's go.
Fans certainly have enjoyed the game tonight, and pretty much every time you come to this arena and watch Sopron play, you know you're going to be entertained. They play a real high IQ style of basketball, real tough-nosed philosophy to the way they attack the game, trying to frustrate and limit their opponents night after night. They've got the second best defense this season in EuroLeague women, conceding less than 63 points a game. They've held Chukarova to just 40 in over 35 minutes. So they may become the best defense by the end of this game day. As the shit goes inside to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth post move off the glass, rattles it through. It's the lucky roll in the end though. Chukarova won't care whether it's pretty. Just about getting points on the board at this stage. Begor now to Turner. Brooks sets the screen and rolls. She's got the mismatch she wanted. She'll shoot over the top of Gray, and that mid-range game is Jelena Brooks all over. As the shit hands it off. Gray with the pick and roll. Doesn't use the roll though. Williams will come and collect that one. Shot clock down to 3. She's going to have to throw a prayer up. Great. Does she know? She doesn't. That will be a shot clock violation. And Chukarova a little bit all over the place in that possession. And the Sopron fans know that their team are edging closer and closer to that 7th win of the season. That would keep them top of the table here in Group B and edge them one step closer to a place at the Final Fours. But an offensive foul has been called on McBegor. Let's have a look again. Yeah, just leaving that left leg out is too far. Needs to stay a lot tighter with the screens. It's a bit of a tougher call, but still for me, an illegal screen. There's the shoot now, brings it up over the half for Chukarova. They trail by 7, a little over 3 minutes on the game clock. Neither team in the penalty as of yet. Gray uses the Hollingsworth screen. She's got the mismatch, got the foot speed. She's waving her teammates away. She'll feed Bonner in the low post. Brooks comes across to help. Bonner goes heavy. Foul's going to be called though. Foul. In fact, I don't think it is. Another 24-second shot clock violation as Bonner couldn't get it away in time. Turner brings it up over the half. Sopron happy to slow the game down now. They know that time is on their side and that Chukarova are fighting against the clock as much as anything else. Brooks, tough shot. Great defense, though, there from Chelsea Gray. She made that near impossible for Jelena Brooks. Inside, Williams kicks it out. Foul's going to be called, though, on Brooks. 4th foul of the quarter for Sopron now, so they'll be in the penalty. There'll be a sideline at this point, though, for Chukarova. They won't get to the free throw line with that one. They will with the next foul, though. Both teams have shot the ball pretty well from the free throw line as well, because that could be an opportunity for the Turkish team to fight their way back into this one. Gray now, guarded by McBegor. Step back, elbow, jumper. Looks good, finish wasn't there though. And another step closer to the big win for the home team. 2 minutes left on the game clock now. Do the Turkish side have anything left in the kit bag? Fegveneki skips it. Wonderful ball movement. Kunek. Too heavy. Beautiful team offense from Sopron. The perimeter shooting lets them down again today. Ersashik comes back out. Gray, long skip pass to the weak side. Bonner for three. Short with that. Looks good. Foul's going to be called on Hollingsworth. Fegveneki ends up on the floor. Sure, that's a foul myself. In fact, it's Fegveneki that's been called for the foul. Just like the physicality of that. But you can see what the officials are talking about. Fegveneki is walking forward the whole time. Fourth foul called on her. Only a minute and 26 left though. She's really controlled that foul situation in the second half. Played 35 minutes, a lot of it on 3 fouls. First is good for Hollingsworth. She hits this second. She'll be completing her double-double for the night. Complete her best performance of the season. Previous high last week, 10 points, 9 rebounds against Avenida. She's now 10 and 10 here against Sopron. Mitra Hollingsworth with that double-double. Kunek hands it back to Turner. Sopron happy to run this as slow as they can. Shot clock down to 4. Turner inside, batted away by Bonner, the outstretched wingspan of DB. Chelsea Gray for 3. Comes up short. Where's the rebound falling? Kindly for Sopron into the hands of Turner. Only 45 seconds left. Sopron up by 5. Surely this is a big win for the home team. The fans are starting to get to their feet. They're feeling the win is coming. Turner back out to Fegveneki for 3. Not this time. McBegor though with a huge rebound. 14-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Turner now resetting things at the top. She'll go straight down the throat of Hollingsworth. Foul's going to be called. What a play. Surely. That is the icing on the cake. Turner will head to the line for free throws. A 92% free throw shooter prior to today's game, Yvonne Turner. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. Extends it out to 6. If she hits this one, it'll take it to a 3-possession game, and surely that'll be too much for Chukarova now with just 16 seconds left. She hits them both and skips back down the floor. Look at the fans, they're loving it. They love what the team has given them today. Timeout has been called here in Sopron by Chukarova. One last throw of the dice for the Turkish coaching team. Let's see what they have to say and what the plan is to fight their way back into this one.
Sinem, Elizabeth, Chelsea, Özge inbounder, DB. Okay. Sinem clear. Chelsea, you get the ball. We pass to you. Okay. After pass to Özge, you Iverson, we set the DB. DB come, we look for her shot. Okay.
Pretty straightforward play drawn out on the board. Chukarova will look to advance possession. They just need to get a shot away quickly. Realistically, it needs to be a 3-ball. Fans are certainly animated here. Great with possession. They need to go early. They've not gone early. Just 9 seconds now. Bonner, little shake, little fake, will fade away. That is a tough shot. It rims out. And that will be the end of the game here as Sopron move back to top of the table with a huge win. They've been made to work for it though. This has been a defensive battle. And the team in yellow come glowing out of this one with the win. Win number 7 of the season. They move to a 7-2 record. They say top of Group B. A masterclass once again from Coach Gaspar. One of the younger coaches. So much experience and quality he has as the players embrace on the half. Sopron will move forward. Final score here in Hungary is Sopron 51, Chukarova 44. Here are your shooting statistics, and I kept saying it throughout the game. This tells you the story. This was all about defense. This was 2 of the best defenses in EuroLeague women going head-to-head, and it's Sopron that come away with the win. Here are your leading scorers. Fegvanecki, 15 points. What a big performance from her. Bonner with 10. Behind that, Stankovic had 11, Turner with 8 for Chukarova. Hollingsworth also had 10, and Gray had 9. What a big, big night we have had here. And Sopron thank their fans. And we will jump into the highlights of this game for you to enjoy. What a game we've had. Chukarova came out. They had a great start to the game. There's no two ways about that. A blistering start, 7-0 start to the game. But from then on, it was a hard slog for the visitors as Sopron just imposed their usual defensive focus. And that is what has helped them come away with the win. This will push them back to top of the table. Sopron will move to 7-2. Chukarova now will potentially drop from their second spot in the table. They'll drop down to a 5-4 record, depending on how other results around Europe go tonight. That could drop them 4 spots. That's how close Group B is, but both of these teams, their attention will turn to next week. For Chukarova, they will be back on their home floor, taking on Lond. But for Sopron, they will hit the road. In fact, no, they'll be on the road against DVTK. More big games ahead of us as we really do get to the business end of the season. I will leave you with some of the game highlights, but what a game we've had here. Game day 9, this is game of the week. This was a battle of the defenses for sure. Sopron come away with the win on the back of a big 15-point display from Sofia Fegvanecki. Final score here is Sopron 51, Chukarova 44. That is game day 9 wrapped up. We'll be back next week with more EuroLeague women's action. Make sure you tune in.